What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is an eye tutorial over the look that I'm wearing right now, which is the same look that I had in my previous how to apply foundation in 10 minutes video. I had so many requests on that to do a tutorial, so that is what we were doing. And in that video I actually had blue on the lower lashes, but today I went a little bit more neutral with it just because I want this to be everyone's go-to glam look. Like, I wanted it to be universally flattering on all skin tones, all eye colors, any occasion. This is actually a very simple and very quick look. It looks a lot more complicated than what it really is. Before we get started, if you are new here, hello, my name is Ashley and welcome to my channel. I upload videos twice a week. We talk about everything from makeup to skincare to hair care, literally all the beauty things all in one place. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss out and you can join my community, and turn your notification bell on to be notified of whenever I upload so that you never miss one. Just go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I know you haven't watched it yet, but you're gonna enjoy it. Just simply liking my video helps me grow so much. It tells YouTube that my videos deserve to be seen, that they deserve to be circulated, and it's such a small favor to ask for such hard work and so much time that I put into these videos. And without further ado, if you guys want to see how to get this really pretty, simple, quick, and easy glittery eyeshadow look, then please keep watching. So I'm gonna be using the Kara Beauty ES20 palette. So this was actually sent to me from Arcade House, which you can find so many Kara Beauty products on there. If you could also go to their direct website, but I like to go through Arcade House just because they're usually cheaper and they have a lot of sales. But I think Kara palettes are some of the best palettes on the market. They're pigmented but not too pigmented. They're easy to work with. They're beginner friendly, and you can create so many looks with just one palette. So I think these are like $16 or $18 originally on the Arcade House website, but they're usually on sale for $12.99. Right now, when I'm making this video, they're on sale for $12.99. But unlike Morphe palettes, which are usually like 35 of the exact same shade and same tone, every shade in the Kara palettes are different. They all have their own purpose, they all have a different tone, and there's just so much variety within one palette. So I think these are so underrated. I love these. So I'm gonna first go into this one right here in the middle of the palette, which is a matte rosy tan shade. We're gonna use that as our transition shadow. So I'm gonna take that on a Kara Beauty, this isn't sponsored by the way, a Kara Beauty K17 brush. Just use any kind of big fluffy crease blending brush. So this is kind of like a mid-tone depth kind of shade. Like, it's not the lightest shade. When I first created this, I actually went in with this one over here and kind of started light to dark. But because I want this to be like quick glam, I don't want to do too many shadows. So I'm gonna show you how to make, like, how to kind of jump steps a little bit to not have to use so many shadows. So what I like to do with shades like this, especially if I'm not starting off too light, I like to start in the outer V in circular motions and then work it up with whatever's left over on the brush into my crease. So I start right here, and I actually use the Milani eye primer and I didn't set it. So I start right here in the outer V, and I'm blending it in circular motions towards my nose and putting the most pigment right there in the outer V, and then with whatever's left over, that's when I start stringing it up into the crease. So this gets off the most pigment in the outer V, where we typically like it to be darker anyway, so that by the time you get up to the crease, you're working with a very light amount. Then once we're working with pretty much just whatever's laid down, I'm gonna go and blend a little bit higher towards the brow bone so that it kind of gives that faded look. And then I'm gonna go into this shade right here towards the bottom left, which is a matte, kind of dark, chocolatey, reddish brown. And we're gonna put that in our outer V to give us some depth and dimension. I'm gonna take that on a Morphe E22 brush. I don't even know if this is still available. I've kind of started realizing after it's too late that the brushes that I've been talking about that I use in videos aren't even available on the Morphe website anymore, which sucks. I hate to not tell you what I'm using because I know that that helps, but at the same time it's not available. But when it comes to the outer V, where I want it to be a little bit darker, I start off by packing it on, and then I blend it up into the crease. I really don't like this brush, so we're gonna use something else. So once you have the intensity that you want in the outer V, you can start working it upward into the lower portion of the crease. Again, keeping it lower than that very first shade that we used. Then I'm gonna go into that first brush that we used, and if you want some more product, you totally can. I'm gonna get a little bit on the brush and just go right on top of that just to fuse those two shadows together really well. And bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so now it's time for the magic of the look, the glitter. So this is the Kara Beauty Galaxy Balm Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Exotic. This is a dead-on dupe to the Stila Magnificent Glitter Liquid Eyeshadow, or whatever it's called, which are like $24. This is under $10. And again, you can find this on the iCade House website, but this is the prettiest shade. It's so universal. It applies the same way as the Stila ones. It looks the same way as the Stila ones. Even the applicator is dead on, which I feel like that's kind of the hardest thing to get right with these liquid eyeshadows like this, because usually, like, there's some that I've tried that had like the doe foot applicator, and if you're gonna be putting it directly onto your eyes like that, it just doesn't work as well. I love this because it's flat and it holds on to product really, really well, but it also lays it down perfectly. So I'm basically just me putting this on from the inner corner to the center to meet up with that dark brown shade. And I start kind of more towards the center and I work my way outward. So just like that. I'm going really light-handedly, and I'm bringing it all the way up to where, like basically to the hollows of my eyes. I don't want to bring it up too high. I'm going to take the tip of it and just kind of round out the eyelid. Okay, so here's what it looks like after applicaciones. So beautiful, so glittery and pigmented and smooth and not choppy at all. It's such a high quality formula. I'm going to lift my brow up to where it stretches out my eyelid so that when it dries, it doesn't dry into creases or fine lines or anything. So I'm just going to sit here for a couple of minutes and just let it do its thing and just let it dry. Okay, so before we go into liner and lashes and all that stuff to complete the look, I'm gonna go into my brow bone highlight now. So I'm gonna take this shade right here at the top left, which is a matte, really pretty buttery ivory shade. So in case you haven't seen my little brow bone highlight trick to fade the crease, like to fade the top half of the crease, what I like to do is I'm taking this on an angled brush like this. This is from Carity Cosmetics. This is the E27 brush. Just use any kind of angled brush. And I start off by holding it horizontally to get the placement. And then once I get the intensity and brightness that I want, I go in and I lightly feather it downward with whatever's left over on the brush into the crease. So that way, it's lightening that very top portion of the crease where it just fades a lot easier, especially if you're not going to be using a lighter transition shadow. Like if you want to start like I did, like start with kind of like a mid-tone depth kind of shade, this kind of takes off that extra step. So if you went a little ham and brought it down too low, you can actually go back in with your crease brush and with whatever's left over on the brush, don't take any extra product, just blend upward just a little bit from the crease to the brow bone, like pretty much where like the border of the brow bone highlight and the top portion of the crease. And as you can see, it just looks so much better, like from side to side. This just looks like you spent 25 extra minutes on the look and you just did one step. Okay, so now it's time for eyeliner, lashes, false lashes, whatever you want to do. You can skip out on liner if you want. You can just put some mascara on. You can just put some false lashes on, whatever you want to do. I'm going to use some black liquid liner and then put some mascara on. No lashes today. And I'll come back and show you guys how to do the lower lash line in a couple different ways. You can play it up a little bit, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back with full face of makeup on now, and everything that I'm wearing will be linked in the description box. So in my foundation video, I actually put on a royal blue to the lower lash line. So if you want to play with color and you just kind of want to like weasel your way into that realm, you can do something like that. And you can really use any kind of color to the lower lash line for a really pretty pop. So I went to this shade right here in the palette, which is like a matte royal navy blue in the way. Like it kind of has some royal blue and some navy blue aspects to it. So I put that on the lower lash line and I didn't really smudge it a whole lot. I wanted to kind of keep the placement intact, but I want to make this more of a look that anyone could wear, and I feel like playing with color isn't really something that a lot of people like to do. So we're going to stick to the neutral kind of theme. So I'm basically just going to retrace my steps and do the exact order of what I did on top, on the bottom. So I'm going to first go into that matte rosy tan shade. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M507 brush. This is one of my favorite brushes for smudging along the lower lash line. Just get a little bit on there, tap off a lot of the excess, and then just start smudging. I start on the outer third, like I start on the outer portion of the lower lash line. And I just go back and forth. I'm going all the way in with this. And I kind of sort of slightly just halo it up to meet the top. So now moving on to that same second shade that we put on the outer V. We're going to do the exact same thing and put that on the outer third of the outer third of the lower lash line. So I'm going to take that on a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. I love this for placement. It's not necessarily good for blending, but it's really good for getting it where you want it to go. And start right here at the very outer third. I'm not going to bring this all the way in. So I'm kind of stopping right in the center. And then once I've got the intensity that I want, I'm gonna go back in with that little small bullet brush and smudge right below that. And then some mascara, and we're done. All right, so that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys decided to recreate it, and I hope you enjoyed it. So once again, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more tutorials. And if you made it this far into the video, if you made it to the end, comment below #partypeople to let me know that you are a true blue Party People Squad member. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.